Let's begin with understanding as to what is a financial instrument. Financial instrument is any contract that gives rise to both a financial asset of one entity and a financial liability of another entity. Now, these financial instruments include primary instruments, which covers receivables, payables and equity securities, and derivative instruments, which covers financial options, futures and forwards, and swaps. Now, the term contract here means an arrangement between two or more parties that has clear economic consequences. Now, these financial instruments are classified into financial asset, financial liability, and equity instruments. Let us understand these in more detail. First up is financial asset. Financial asset is any asset that is cash or contractual right or an equity instrument of another entity, or certain contracts that will or may be settled in entity's own equity instruments. That is, a company might exchange its own equity shares for a fixed amount of cash or another financial asset. Now, this contractual right mentioned is the right to receive cash or the right to receive another financial asset from another entity, or it is the right to exchange financial instrument with another entity under conditions that are potentially favorable to the entity.
So, previously we came across different financial instruments, like what is financial instruments, the basic criteria of financial instruments, and etc. So what I'm going to bring up innovation, or what innovative criteria which I'm bringing into is the financial instrument and innovative financial schemes for cultural heritage. So what is this all about? This deals with the support policy. The objective is monitoring, safeguarding, transmitting cultural heritage, focusing the cultural aspects, and creating a creative and promotional strategy in relation to the cultural diversity. So this promotes new education, training pathways, then this provides skill enhancement techniques, then cultural heritage protection practices compatible and social transactions and transformations in the data society. This promote policies and projects leading to ensuring gender equality in cultural heritage sector. This collect and connect cultural heritage with the creative and cultural sectors with a view of spurring inclusive growth, job, social and cohesive and diversity. This research is basically a collaboration of old and new forms of culture, artistic expressions to promote tangible and intangible heritage and intercultural cooperation and traditional skills to rescue the existing assets. So basically culture is one of the important factor which is being practiced or which is being forecasted by our ancestors, or it is one of the traditional elements. This culture cannot be implemented today or tomorrow. Culture is something which is brought on from a previous generation, which is something which is to be dwelt upon and respected upon. So these utilize this to promote the investigation construction, to use reflective characters like in cultural heritage at national, European and international levels. This have a break boundaries between creativity, production, promotion and access to control. Innovation business model is the prime criteria which we use, and the technology advancement in culture and creative sectors. This link analog and digital heritage and intercultural cooperations. So basically, this research, this provides a developing cutting edge. So this developing cutting edge is a restoration or this technology methods which provide, like I told before, which provides a pathway for innovation, integration, then practice of compatible and non-compatible aspects, and for sustainable and participating in management models. So talking about the advantages and disadvantages of this innovative financial instrument. The first and the foremost important or the primary aspect of this is funds are repaid and it's possible for reinvestment. That is, they can be reinvested again. Then the second one is the due diligence run for the project assessment. Basically, the private sector expertise is accessing business plans. So this accessing of business plans, they can enable this criteria of repayment obligation, which may call for project with higher quality. So this will provide the project for a better run. This will provide a better accessibility and provides a better durability for the particular project. So talking about the next one, they enable a more cost-effective use of public funds since they can attract foreigners through private fund. Nevertheless, these private players are the heterogeneous and complex target when approaching the intersection between public and private budgets. Some basic critical issues have been addressed, like how and under which conditions this involvement of private players can positively impact the conversation of management. Then how can the institution stimulate private players to invest, how to configure private business goals and public social, cultural and environmental aims, etc. So talking about the financial instruments, these financial instruments are not suitable for all type of interventions. Okay, for example, so talking about the justifications of intervening, this may vary from the turn effects, the choice of delivery mode, whether non-repayable or financial instruments, etc. These have a set of conditions which should be taken into consideration before deciding to use one financial instrument or another. For example, say, to analyze the institutional context, especially with regard to the market offer of the banking sector. Then clearly identifying the target you want to address, like the stage of maturity of the company, or eligibility criteria, sector, etc. And to estimate the large enough to ensure the cost effectiveness of action. That is to take in consideration the management cost and the risk involved in those costs and risk involvement for the losses which have been taken by the management. Then we have this design an instrument that may go also attract the private investors. Then we have this design to right instrument responding to the different needs according to the economic movement. There is no one solution that fits for all. Appropriation forms of finance needs to be tailored to make market imperfections which is being addressed as a main criteria. The next important factor is the use of financial instrument in combination with other supporting services. So this should be viewed in isolation or purely as a part of funding package. Instead, they should be combined with advice and other support. Basically, when we have the support and advice of other person, we'll be able to perform better tasks. We'll be able to perform a double of results which you're expecting, and this will have an effective productivity for a future constraints. And these also include the other supports like whether training, consultancy, and energy audits, the needed to optimize interventions and etc. Such improvisations will provide a better performance and better result for these activities. And the last and the final one we have is conservation plus management. Basically, it should be considered that funding of an investment cost represents only one part of overall funding need for the present cultural heritage. So the larger part over the time are regularly operating and maintenance cost, which unfortunately tend to be too often forgotten. Perhaps also because the funding source may be different for the investment and for all operations. So basically this provides the relationship between the cultural heritage perseverance and the funding of investment cost. So this creates a source which will be laid for investment and for operations. Thank you.